Good evening and welcome to the fake news. I'm John Fraudsham. The headlines at 6. Donald Trump filmed urinating on Buzzfeed Bonfire. Clinton's now #1 cause of death in America. And everyone now required to change gender. This is the fake news. Donald Trump has been filmed urinating over a bonfire started by the website Buzzfeed. According to other websites, the president-elect was presented by Russians with a flaming laptop down a toilet, upon which he let rip with a current that's already been described as sufficient to open fire station doors. Our sexual deviancy correspondent, Brian von Paddywhack, has more. He's often been accused of taking the piss, but taking a piss? Those are the latest allegations surrounding Donald Trump's involvement with Moscow, whose inimitable leader, Vladimir Putin, has been described as a competent Dick Dastardly. Now, it's being reported on fake news outlets such as this one that President-elect Trump gets, if you will, off on urinating all over laptops with their browsers open on BuzzFeed that have been set alight and stuffed down a toilet. The CIA briefed CNN that Trump was informed by Russians that the fire was caused by BuzzFeed. Am I getting this all right? Doesn't matter. And that it was a bonfire, and that seeing as how it was all contained in a toilet just in front of him, he should probably piss on it. Back to you, John. We're now hearing that far-right website Breitbart report he took, quote, a shit of solid gold. Donald Trump accused them of being news and appointed all their staff to cabinet positions. Bill and Hillary Clinton are now the #1 cause of death in America, according to shock new research. A study conducted by the University of Wisconsin concluded that the power couple kill more people in America per annum than obesity, morbid obesity, toddlers with shotguns, bar fights, Grand Canyon tourist mishaps, poisoned water supplies, ice hockey matches, and deluxe extra obesity with cheese per capita. Clive Whoopee-Cushion has more. They said lock her up for Emailgate, but being a mass murderer? That's the situation that Secretary Clinton and her husband now find themselves in, notwithstanding any compelling evidence to the contrary. Leading boffins from the Clinton wing at the University of Wisconsin have unleashed data that looks to be a real game-changer, John. Would you deign to offer any kind of public warning, Clive? Yes, if you do see a Clinton, consider them armed and dangerous, and keep your distance at all costs, especially if you're due to testify against them anytime soon. Back to you, John. Thank you, Clive. This, of course, the news that Bill and or Hillary Clinton are coming to kill you right now. And finally, the government has announced that everyone must change gender at the earliest available opportunity. The shock new legislation makes sex change compulsory for anyone who's not yet had one, and anyone who refuses will be immediately placed on a special un-PC register, which would probably make their professional and social lives completely untenable. Our crippling paranoia correspondent, Bob Kaplunksky, has more. The government had flirted with the idea of incentivising transition with the introduction of a points for PC scheme, where clear demonstrations of virtue would be refundable for an array of popular items at participating branches of Asda. Amendments to the bill will now make sex change mandatory, and to get the ball rolling, I'm going to have a sex change right now here in the studio. Okay, team? Sex change me. You pass the scalpel. There we go. Those of you watching our live studio webcam will see that I am now a woman. If you're only listening to audio, you're just going to have to take my word for it. Bob, you look absolutely stunning. Thank you, John, and the good news is that that's not gay, because I am now a woman, so we're not going to have to send powerful currents of electricity through you to turn you straight again. Well, that's a relief. Join us later, where we'll be asking, is homophobia on the rise? This has been the fake news. I'm John Fraudsham.